Welcome to another Golden Age Stories stream. We have Mage the Ascension Technogate 1999 that we are playing here today. We are diving and hacking into the digital web. Um, t- so let's go ahead and just start off here with a little round of introductions here. So we've got Tycho Vance. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character and what he looks like.
Tycho Vance is 26, 27 years old, white male, 6'1", short hair, blonde. Uh, he wears retro futuristic type clothing, always carries his dad's laser pistol. Uh, his mom works for the Construct here in Madison. His dad was the legendary adventurer Buck Samsonite, and he went on an adventure with some werewolves for a few years that ended in tragedy. After which he came back and his mom got him a job uh, as on the Technogate 42 team.
Awesome. Thank you, Tycho. And then Phaedra Bennett, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character and what she looks like.
Phaedra Bennett is a 27-year-old black female. She's originally from Vegas, lived with her single mom, who was a stripper. Uh, when she turned 18, her mom was brutally murdered by this dude named Muddin. So she spent most of her life trying to track him down. She stumbled upon this group and got into the Technocracy as a progenitor, and then finally was able to get her revenge and murder Muddin. She wears black slacks, white blouse, a lab coat, and a fanny pack full of various vials and baubles. Um, that's Phaedra.
Awesome. Thank you. And Malakai, tell me a little bit about your character and what he looks like.
Malakai comes from a military background, spending the first tour with the Air Force right out of high school, second tour with Technocracy after that, being noticed, being effective with firearms and power systems. He made some friends that he wasn't necessarily supposed to, aka reality deviants. Got side moded over to security on TG-42, where he's currently just trying to keep these civilians alive. He's a 6 foot tall Caucasian, dark hair, dark eyes, wears jeans and a t-shirt, and generally a lightweight leather or other jacket.
Awesome. Thank you. And then Robert Kell, tell us a little bit about your character and what he looks like.
Raquel is in his late 20s. He's got dark, slicked back hair. Wears glasses. Always wears a suit. Always has a briefcase on him. Pretty doesn't really stand out in a crowd, really. He actually joined the team as kind of a undercover, as a gray man working for the New World Order. As you've kind of picked up from their stories, they tend to brush with some questionable people. So he got put in here to kind of monitor. Had a change of heart after seeing just how far Control's willing to go, and now is trying to work with the group to make sure that the world doesn't end.
Awesome. Thank you. So, yep, we are currently inside of the digital web. The players are trying to find one of the nodes that um, powers the shield around Altered Earth, a location that Tycho's father is currently or possibly locked behind. He had sent out a distress signal, and now they're kind of starting to question that. So instead of going there to bring down the shield, they're trying to now use the node in a way to try and contact their father. Or, sorry, Tycho's father. So currently they are on their spaceship. They have physically gone, holistically gone to the digital web. They recently have saved a NPC mining ship from NPC pirates and have gotten a little bit of a boon from them. I believe that you guys got some valuable ore as well as like friendship, basically, and positive standings towards the people that you saved. Before we go a little bit deeper, I just wanted to kind of go over some of the rules that are kind of changed a little bit because you guys are inside of the digital web. And just make sure, because I kind of haven't gone over all of the different things that change when you go inside of the digital web. So I just want to make 100% sure that you guys are all aware of some of the things that are really important for you to kind of know. One of the big ones that I'm going to start with is kind of going over the magic adjustments. So the big one that I want to start off with is characters with correspondence, forces, or prime can use those spheres at one level higher than their normal rating, up to a maximum of 5. So everybody that has correspondence, forces, prime, if you have at least 1 dot in those, you get that 1 dot higher.
Wow.
And that's even above your Arte rating. So even if you only have an Arte rating of 3, you'd still have a forces of 4. If you had a forces of 3 or a correspondence of 3. One of the other things with magic that you would have is any web spinner can use limited version of the landscape of the mind effect. So you don't need any powers to do this whatsoever. It's just a perception plus alertness roll allows the character to sense the area around her as if she was looking down at herself through a technical display. These perceptions extend only to places within the sector or conduit that the spinner is standing in at the time. Arcane invisibility and other forms of concealment may negate the ability or contest or be contested with a resisted roll. Let's see here. Life and matter only work on solid bodies or objects. One of the enduring puzzles in the reality is perception. Argument involves the limited application of life and matter spheres in the VR. Let's see here if they have any specific. They don't have any specific statements on the rules regarding it. Life and matter work normally upon bodies that have been holistically projected into the net or other objects that are connected to it, like computer networks or machines wired to them.
Question on that.
Yep.
Would that make it exceptionally easy to figure out what's part of the program and what's part of what's being like? I think you called it holistically projected.
Correct. Yep. So anything
like we are physically here, so we would be able to tell who else is physically here quite easy with matter magic.
Yes. Now, one of the things that I will make an exception for to a certain degree, not necessarily about what you're talking about, but the rule in general, is that if the sector itself is kind of coded so that it works with life and matter magic, that it might... no, they're kind of actually saying that even that doesn't really apply here. Interesting, yeah. So that is one that kind of makes you stand out, since you're because you could use life or matter magic to see that you guys are physically here, with just 1 dot in matter, 1 dot in life. However, it is not something that a lot of people think about because not a lot of people go to the digital web holistically. Some other things that I wanted to go over is just really quick your icons. So all of you guys are holistically there currently, so you guys don't have special made icons or anything, so you don't need to mess around with that. But when you guys do start hacking into the digital web, there is building an icon. Basically, your every success on a intelligence plus computer roll difficulty of 6 gives you the ability to add 1 dot in appearance or 1 dot in intimidation, and allows you to go to 10 in these different traits. What I'm going to start you guys off with is that if you want to use a base program, you can just get I'm going to start you off because you guys are probably going to be able to easily get up to like about 10 successes. I'm going to give you guys just a base of 10 successes to play with on your character for intimidation and appearance. If you guys want to, though, you can roll to try and create your own. It's an extended computer plus intelligence roll. Appearance starts at 1, intimidation starts at 0. But when you guys go in, you can completely make up whatever kind of icon that you want. All the way from dragons and stuff. However, there are restricted sectors, and then there's sectors that are not as restricted per se, but they're, what are they called? Constraint realms. Certain realms that you have to be an icon. You have to match the icon of the setting, basically. So if you're in a fishbowl, you have to be a fish of some sorts, or something that can be in water at the very least. The other thing that you can do too is correspondence 3, since quite a few of you, I think, have access to that when you get bumped up, and even when you're not bumped up, I think. Correspondence 3 allows you to do popping, which allows you to basically teleport around the digital web. In game terms, you can employ correspondence 3 first to scan the landing area and then to jump. So long as so long as both locations are in the same sector, the effect is coincidental. But if you're doing it outside of that sector, then it is vulgar without witnesses. Vulgar with witnesses if you would jump into a bunch of mortals, which is really hard to do in the digital web, technically. Although there are some interesting things about that. Some things are vulgar with witnesses, regardless of whether you have witnesses, because the digital web is witnessing it. So, yeah, it's just a coincidental effect difficulty of 6. Popping requires at least 2 turns, 1 to scan and 1 to go. And I think that is all that you guys really need to know. We've kind of gone over the kind of concept that when you go to hack inside of the digital web, you will be, doing obstacle courses and traps and stuff like that. But you'd still be using, if you're holistically there, you would be using, athletics and dexterity. But if you're going in there through the other process, so there is sensory, which is +2 to all difficulties, and then astral, where you actually kind of bring your spirit a little bit along with you. Doesn't give you the +2 to all difficulties, but you need correspondence 2 plus a complex VR set. All right, any questions about some of the changes in the rules regarding what based upon where you guys are?
I'm good.
I think I'm good.
All right. Sorry. One last thing that I wanted to go over is death. There are a couple different ways of dying in this game. Or inside of the digital web, there's a soft derezzing, which basically is the, you get dumped from the site, or you get die in a video game and you just start back at the spawn point. There's hard derezzing, which can actually hurt you. And if you're holistically there, a character who is holistically immersed or who has been dumped from a sector must make the roll or suffer the consequences. So it's a stamina roll, difficulty 7. Success means the traveler is disoriented but unharmed, while failure or botch indicates an automatic health level or 2 in normal damage. So even if you are just virtually or just there with a VR set, it can still, like, the VR headset overloads and burns you or something like that. And then there is icon death, which they don't go into exactly what it means when you're holistically there, but I believe that is just death. You can make a storyteller can call for a stamina roll, difficulty 7. If you succeed, the web spinner comes to several minutes later, badly disoriented and often hallucinating. Whatever damage she suffers in the Netscape carries through to her meat as burns and system shock, and every success made on the stamina roll reduces the damage by 1 health level. Okay, there is a statement here. Unless the web spinner, or unless the spinner is holistically immersed, in which case icon death is just as permanent as real space death.
Great.
The sector that you're currently in does soft derezzing. Besides the items that are inside of the game, the icon is just soft derezzed. However, when you guys do your hacking and stuff like that, you could be subject to icon death, which is not as big of an issue because you will be supposedly going there virtually.
So will me and Robert have to pick out an icon?
Yes, anybody that is going there through either astral or sensory access will need to build an icon. If you want, like I said, you can just use 10 successes to give yourself like 5 in appearance, 5 in intimidation, or 8 in intimidation and 2 in appearance. Or you can build it yourself if you would like. You can also just decide on whatever you want for its looks.
What were the sphere requirements for the more immersive version?
Sphere requirements for the more immersive version, the astral version, is correspondence of 2. And since you guys are inside of the digital web while you're jumping into the digital web, you will technically get that +1 to your bump in correspondence.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll have that. That's it? It's just correspondence?
Yep, and then you do need to make an intelligence plus computer or computer hacking roll, difficulty of 7, 3 successes minimum.
I don't have any dots in computer.
Oh, that would make it much harder. You have no dots in computer whatsoever. You're like just the hardware guy. You know how to build gadgets, but you're like programming these things. Fuck that. I don't know what that is. You might want to consider 3 experience for a dot in computers right now.
Hey, if you'll allow it, I'll take it.
I will allow it. You've been dealing with the digital web for a little while here. I would say that you've got the concept here for sure.
Can you bring up my character sheet? Check whether or not I already have a dot?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. You do not have a dot. You have 29 experience to spend. I will let you spend 3 of that for a dot and computer.
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
All right, so currently the spaceship is making its way back on course. It's going to take a while. It usually takes like 20 minutes between jumps from one Stargate to another. And so you guys are in your first jump right now. There's, I believe, about 10 or so or 12 or so jumps that you guys were going to have to make.
Yeah, we're going a pretty direct route. Are the scanners are clear?
Everything is clear at this point. No distress signals, no enemy contacts or anything like that. So I believe at this point you guys were just about to get into the digital web hacking style before you guys were pulled away by the distress skull. So if you guys want to head back over, we can start getting characters who want to do the hacking. Start jumping into the digital web that way.
Yeah, I believe that we were going to. We're going to get them into the digital web before we did our next jump, which sounds like it's going to take a little while. So that's perfect.
Yep. All right. So who are the people that are going into the digital web for the hacking portion?
I know I'm going.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, I think I was going to.
I'm keeping watch.
All right. So yep. So it's just Malakai then that's staying behind. So we will have. So we'll start off with Tycho. How are you going and entering into the digital web? Are you going to use sensory, which will give you +2 on all your difficulties, but requires no roll, or correspondence 2 effect in order to astrally project yourself in? You will need to
Correspondence 2.
All right. So go ahead and give me an intelligence plus computers check, difficulty of 7.
Okay, go ahead and roll that for me.
Yep. I just had your character up too. Oh, Isaac, thank you. Just got a follow from Isaac. That's awesome. Thank you, Isaac. Let's see here. Got Tycho, that's what I was looking for. So you've got an intelligence of 3 and a computers of 1, so that will be 4 dice for you. At difficulty of 7. You have 3 successes, so you get it on your first roll. So you get up into the VR gear pod setup that they kind of have. You kind of get jacked in, and you feel like you're getting pulled by your navel down into like the digital web, and you see yourself kind of like flowing in, and there's all these different kind of patterns and stuff that are kind of coming up, and you just get this feeling of how to like solve the different puzzles that are just coming up before you, and you get sucked down in, and I will explain what you see once we get everybody else in here. So Phaedra, how are you going into the digital web?
I'll do the same as Tycho.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a computers plus intelligence, difficulty 7. Oh, and yep, so we got a subscribe from Collins on our YouTube channel. Aha, that's right. I was wondering why it came up a little bit different.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like how it's connected into YouTube every once in a while. Oh, look at that! 3 successes as well! Wow, look at all those 8s. 3 of them, to be specific. So, yep, so same thing happens to you. And then, Robert, how are you going down?
Well, I gotta try following suit.
All right, computers plus intelligence. And you have correspondence too as well?
Yep.
Awesome.
You said difficulty 7 on this one?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh, that is a triple botch with no successes, and I'm one of those evil GMs that's like the worst the botch.
what are you
It's
gonna do?
insane.
So let's see here.
And here I was just about to joke about how we sabotaged his terminal.
So you get access to the digital web, but you're going to start off inside of a corrupted sector, and I'll go into that in a little bit as to what that means for you. But we'll start off with what Phaedra and Tycho see as they descend down from the heavens of the digital web, and as you guys are falling down towards the landscape of the digital web, one of the things that you kind of see are these giant towers, basically similar to like the like servers and stuff like that kind of look like giant skyscrapers. There is lightning that jumps between them every once in a while, and there's giant like streets and different kind of corridors that you can see connecting to the different towers that go up and down, and are of different sizes and everything, kind of connecting to all of this. As you guys kind of land, inside of the main like highway, basically, where there's like a giant highway that seems to be connecting quite a bit of the larger sectors together. There is a teleportation terminal that you actually see somebody kind of go up to, enter into coordinates, and then you see them just kind of dissipate. You also see these like different kind of vehicles that are kind of transversing on the highway.
All right. Check yourself, everybody here.
What should we do, Phaedra? No, I don't see Robert.
So yes, you do not see Robert.
Always gotta be one. I'm gonna whip out my DNA scanner. Do I see a reading on him?
Because he's not digitally there, you kind of get back this like result that there is no life scans anywhere.
Maybe I forgot. I don't know, Tycho, I'm at a loss.
You should be able to trace his data trail. I mean, we're still connected back to the ship, theoretically. It should be a data science correspondence.
Yep.
All right, I'll give it a try.
Yep, just a RTA roll difficulty of we'll do 3.
I got 1 success.
That's all that you needed. So you do get a digital trail, and you can see like there was, as you guys were teleporting down, there's an extremely rare occurrence that kind of happened where a lightning bolt kind of intercepted his data stream and shot him into one of the sectors. You see the sector that he has been shifted into, and it has the it's like a big tower that kind of sticks out of the ground, black and red. You see these different kind of like chunks of it though have kind of broken off and are damaged. And there seems to be like certain floors on it seem to have like a fiery kind of glow that's coming from it. And you see like the electricity that's kind of hitting it from the other towers seems to like kind of eject off usually and kind of hit it in very weird kind of ways. You definitely see that there is some massive corruption that has happened inside of this data node, this sector. So from Robert's point of view, when you teleport in, what you see all around you is what looks to be like a normal kind of house, or like, I'm sorry, you come down and you see a cul-de-sac. There's multiple kind of houses on this kind of cul-de-sac, and you land like down right in the middle of like the center of this street circle area of this cul-de-sac. Everything around you though is in black and red, and seems to be in weird kind of like graphical distortions that you kind of see happening all over the place at random, where the screen seems like it's almost like somebody kind of punched the screen and everything kind of like breaks away for a little bit and then it'll kind of reform in different kind of areas all around you. And you seem to be completely stuck at this point. You're not able to move. All you can do is think at this point. Is there any particular action that you'd like to take?
I would like to try doing that sensing the area from above thing.
Okay.
That you mentioned. Just kind of like trying to get a bird's eye view of where I am, whether I'm like kind of just like from that perspective. Am I able to like do scans from that perspective, or am I just able to see from that perspective?
You could be doing scans from that perspective as well, yep.
Yeah, I think I'd just like to like do some general scans of see if I can like debug what went wrong and kind of where I ended up and why I can't move.
All right, give me a perception plus alertness check, difficulty of 8, because of the weird sector that you're inside of.
Sorry, read that, or what was it one more time?
Alertness and perception.
There's some successes in there at least.
Yeah. So even at difficulty of 8, yep, you are able to kind of get a bird's eye kind of view. And what you kind of see is that this is a you kind of float up, you see the kind of cul-de-sac with the houses kind of lining the road. There's just forest that kind of goes around this cul-de-sac, and then the cul-de-sac road kind of leads into a city. When you kind of like look at the city seems to be all messed up, and there seems to be all just kind of chaos that's kind of happening as like different areas of it are just starting to start crumble and falling apart. Other areas are just completely derezzed and pixelated. But this area seems to be the most intact. The cul-de-sac area.
Okay.
The entire city is just surrounded by woods.
I would like to try to do that little kind of blink teleport to like somewhere within just short distance within the cul-de-sac, but just to see if it acts like kind of like an unstuck.
All right, so you have correspondence 3
I do when I'm in here.
when you're in the digital web. Awesome. Difficulty. So you're going to try and pop to a different sector
I'm gonna try to pop within the same
within the same.
because it looked the
sector.
most put together, but just like seeing if I'm just kind of like stuck because of how I got here, and if like kind of rematerializing in this same sector will make me able to move.
Okay. Yep, that definitely makes sense. So give me a difficulty of 6. Correspondence effect, which will be RT of so it'd just be RT difficulty 6.
Hey, 2 successes.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let you pop out of the area there, but where you thought that you were going to pop out of doesn't actually you just thought you would just pop yourself a little bit over. You end up inside of one of the houses. But
That's
you are
interesting.
free at this point to move at this point.
Okay. In that case, I would like to try using, I'm assuming we have some sort of communication devices, to send like a ping back to the ship and or the other members of the ground team to kind of see if they can get a location on me.
All right, cool. Go ahead and give me a correspondence effect difficulty of 3. RT difficulty 3. Correspondence 1.
Assuming they just went in, though, probably watching, can I help try to aid in the communication between the two?
I failed, but I have a success.
Yes. Go ahead and give me an RT roll difficulty of 3 as well, Malakai.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm
'Cause you
really
see-
looking at monitors, and I can see that they're in different. You guys are not in the same spot.
Yeah, and Malakai or Robert's screen is just all pixelated and crashed, and you can't really see what the hell's going on. So this is for you to be able to regain connection with him. So Robert, you weren't able to reconnect it to anybody else. However, Malakai pipes into your ear and says,
Yeah. It looks like you're a block or a sector over from where everybody else ended up. Can you make your way out of there?
I don't know. Not quite sure how I got here, but I was able to get myself unstuck. When I first got here, I couldn't even move. So I'm in a house right now. What direction am I looking at if I'm trying to find them?
Can I
Or-
see?
or- Could you actually give me their location, and I could always try to pop over?
Beep beep. Hey Malakai, this is Tycho. Yeah, Robert didn't show up. It looks like he's in some other sector. Can you figure that out?
Yeah, I'm talking to him right now. I'm not sure where his sector is relative to yours. Once I figure that out, I'll get directions. There's something wrong with it. It looks like it's all broken and breaking. So I'll get back to you. Keep an eye out, I guess.
so go ahead and give me another
good.
correspondence effect from Malakai, difficulty of 3.
Similar.
All right. So you are able to get a good scan of the sector. Unfortunately, because of the corruption, you can't really get a good scan of inside of the sector. However, you do find the doorway that is to get in and out of the corridor that would give you access, and the doorway that would give you access to the sector. So you don't know how to necessarily direct Robert to the door, but you can direct the group to the door.
Okay, I do so, and I tell Tycho and Phaedra, like, doorway's there. I'm gonna try to figure out a route to get Robert into the what is it? What's the space between sectors called?
Corridor.
Try to get him out of that. Robert, look for a doorway out. I'm working on it on this end.
I try to scan for similar doorway, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and give me a correspondence plus, or sorry, just RT difficulty of 3.
Finally.
So, yep, you definitely think that you can find the direction. It seems to be inside of the woods, just off by the corridor that you're at. It's going to take you some time in order to get to it, but it does seem to be uncorrupt from what you're seeing.
Okay. I send that info back to Malakai.
Which then I relay it on to Tycho that he's got a way out, and try to get him relatively useful information in regards to
Guys,
IPs or coordinates or.
this whole area is kind of messed up and odd, though. I don't know if it'd be smarter to try and just pop out of this sector, try and make it to the door, or wait for everybody to kind of regroup in here. Any input, Malakai?
I'm gonna try to get them to send you their location from their perspective.
Okay.
And we'll just see if that works. Then maybe you can just bamf right.
Yeah. Well,
end up in the right spot. Does Tycho or Phaedra? Can you guys try to contact him directly to aid him in finding you? I see both of you guys, but I don't see the path between the two of you.
Yeah, that would be a Phaedra thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how to do it.
I mean, here it's just correspondence, right?
Yeah.
It's just,
So,
we're here, you're there.
like, just ping us to him, basically, since I know where his location is. Or should we just teleport to him?
You want
I
him
don't
to come.
want to go to a corrupted center.
Yeah, no, you want him. You want to let him know where to teleport to, so he can come to you.
Okay.
We're working on it.
Alright, well then, I guess I'll try to ping our location.
Okay, go ahead and do a correspondence effect, difficulty of 3. All right, Robert, you get a
Yay.
ping to where Phaedra is located. You want to try teleporting to her?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I suppose we'll give it a shot. Can't go any worse.
All right, difficulty is 8, and It is vulgar, so you will get 3 paradox.
Oh, can I even take that? I don't know if I can even take 3 paradox.
It might be better if you get
Wait.
outside of the sector.
Would I have lost paradox at any point along the last few weeks? How does that work exactly?
You have to not do magic for a week, basically.
Ha! So no. All right.
Would
Then
it
I
be-
definitely
would it be
can't
vulgar
take any
for
more
him
paradox.
Would it be vulgar for him to return to the ship?
Ooh, you mean just disconnect?
Good point. Yeah.
Insert. Yeah, just return and reinsert.
So would you like to try and do that?
Because the insertion went so well the first time.
Well,
Double down.
well, Malakai can
Yeah,
help
I
this
mean,
time,
I definitely don't think I could handle popping all the way into another sector, especially after just going through that. And it sounds like you guys are kind of wary to come into a corrupted sector, so I think that's my best bet right now would be to try and clean disconnect and try to reinsert into the proper sector.
I hit buttons on a terminal.
So when you go to disconnect him, there is a system malfunction that happens because he's the corruption inside of the web is not letting him come out because
it's
he's
trying to pull
asshole.
me out of the sector I'm supposed to be in.
And it's kind of just freezes you there, and you kind of get stuck basically in the halfway point. And so you're not able to log off, but you're not able to log back, in at all. So you're kind of just frozen there. So you'll have to have somebody come to you now in order
In the corrupted sector?
Yep. And also, we are going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break. That's a nice little cliffhanger for you all to be left on, is that Robert gets kind of completely astrally stuck inside of the digital web, and we will be right back. All right, and we are back to Technogate 1999. So last where we left our heroes, they had just broken their way into the digital web, but unfortunately, Robert had a very rare circumstance that happened where he did not get teleported to the corridor that they were shooting for. Instead, he got stuck inside of a corrupted sector. They had kind of located where he is right now, and they were about to try and disconnect him from the digital web and just have him reboot back in, but this corrupted sector kind of got him stuck halfway out of the shutdown process, basically, and now he is stuck halfway between worlds, basically, at this point with his soul. His icon still remains inside the digital web, and if you can get to his icon, working with Malakai using his body, you should be able to get him untangled from where he currently is, but you'll have to make your way into the corrupted sector. So how do you guys first of all want to get to the corrupted sector? You can you can just walk there, call a cab basically, or wait for one of the public transits, trains to kind of come through.
Let's just walk there. Like, how far is it?
That's what I was going to ask you.
It'll take about 15 minutes or so to walk. You can pop there too if you wish.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I mean, are we on a timer?
I don't know, one of your buddies is stuck in between the realms. Probably doesn't feel very comfortable.
Don't worry, I'm just going insane. It's cool.
Yeah, the only timer is because the reason we're here is to manipulate the other scenario. So we got to find out where the back end of that is.
Yeah, this is definitely adding
But yeah,
time
let's
on.
just walk. 'Cause,
Yeah, no, I definitely
Um,
fucked us up. We're aware.
So wait,
Okay.
was it vulgar for him to try and pop out of there because it was a corrupted sector, or was that just vulgar? Like if we just tried to pop right now.
If you popped from inside of a corridor to another corridor, you're fine. From a sector to the corridor would be vulgar, and from a corridor to like a sector would be vulgar. But you can pop. And basically, you can't traverse the different, a corridor to a sector or a sector to a sector.
So if I popped to the edge of this sector to get to where he is, just not into it, would that
That
be
would be
vulgar?
coincidental. So you'd be able to cut the 10-minute trip, or
Yeah, let's
15-minute
just cut
trip out.
the trip.
I believe
Yeah.
that you know where the doors are to get out of your current sector.
I mean, Phaedra should know.
You guys are currently in the corridor, and you do have the door location of the door in the one of the corridors that would let you into that sector.
Then I'll try to pop right at the door.
Do you have correspondence 4 here?
Yes.
You will be able to bring Tycho with you because I don't believe Tycho has correspondence of 3 here, unless you do.
I'll try to bring him with me then.
Can I shrink my avatar and jump on her shoulder?
Well, when she pops, she'd still be just popping herself. It's not like a teleporter where you can just hold hands or physically. You technically would not be able to go unless she does a correspondence 4.
Well, yeah,
But
I'm
yes,
just
you
saying, can I make myself tiny and stand on her shoulder?
Yes. Yeah, what do your icons look like, by the way? Does anybody have any special icons that you want to look like?
You want to go first, Phaedra?
I have no idea what I want yet. You go first.
Okay. Spacesuit, but like the thin kind, so not like a NASA spacesuit, but a retro-futuristic spacesuit, and but no helmet. And instead of a regular head, I have a skeleton head. It's a skull. So I'm skeleton spaceman. Wanted to do chainsaw fingers, but I feel like that's going to be impractical.
So like you though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But now I'm tiny. I'm tiny Tycho.
I'm gonna be an amalgamation of Egyptian god characters, like basset head, broad shoulders, all that stuff, with Batwing.
So I'm guessing you
Like
guys have like an
Superhero.
intimidation of like 7 or so. You're spending like 7 or like, yeah, like 7 points on intimidation and like 3 points on appearance, I'm guessing.
It was 6'4".
Okay.
I'll take 7-3.
Mine's 7-3 as well.
Robert is dying, guys. Get out of character creation screen and get over to him.
Mine is a basically meant to be something that gets looked past a lot, so it's like very kind of translucent almost. Like the appearance of a silhouette, but like a translucent kind of shadowy silhouette that can get looked past easy. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like. It's kind of intimidating too. What the
Yeah.
fuck
So
is that?
6. Oh, what? 6'7", 6'4". Yeah, the appearance isn't really that high, so actually 5'5".
All right. 5-5.
I don't know if any of that matters, but
Well, it would be
save
5
me.
Save him. All right, so go ahead and give me. Go ahead.
In my little tiny voice, I go, "Let's go!"
Okay.
All right, so Arate difficulty of 7. That's all you needed was 1 success.
All I needed.
So she opens up like a portal in front of her, and you two walk through and end up at the door to the corrupted sector. So before you stands the giant towering corrupted data node that's in front of you as it sparkles and well, sparkles. It emanates like this aura of corruption around it. And there's a doorway to enter. When you guys walk up to it, it opens up automatically and kind of does like a scan over you and says unauthorized access granted. And what you see before you looks to be like a hallway that seems to kind of like shift and move up and down, and like things like the floor drops out from underneath it every once in a while and like comes back up slowly. In order to continue, you will need to do a dexterity plus wits plus athletics check, or a wits plus computers check in order to navigate the corridor or the hallway in front of you. Or you can try messing around with the access, because you guys are getting unauthorized access, which means that you're going to have to continue hacking your way through. You can also try other tricks and other ideas if you want to try and fuck with the thing that's scanning you.
First, I'm going to go back to regular size. And I'm fine with wits athletics. Do you want to try and hack this, Phaedra?
With the hack, can I do intelligence computer?
If you wanted to, you're trying to mess with the thing that's scanning you.
Yeah.
You could do a intelligence computer check on that. I would allow that. Difficulty will be 8.
Like I should help.
So I didn't fail complete.
Nope. So you
Can
just
I try again at difficulty 9?
you can try
Spend it all
again at difficulty 9 if you wish. Yep. Oh, and you spent a willpower?
Yep, 3 successes.
Wow. All right. So, as you're kind of checking to see what this scanner is looking for, there is a key card that it is scanning for, and if it doesn't detect the key card, it doesn't allow authorized access into the sector itself. There are two ways of being able to get a hold of this key card, from what you kind of scanning inside of the database regarding what the Technocracy has in Stargate or Technogate command kind of has regarding the digital web. And you can either go to Spy's Demise, which is about an hour and a half walk from where you are from here, or you could take public transit to get there in 15 minutes or pop over there, however you want to get to the Spy's Demise. But there you could probably purchase one for a couple points of TAS, or you can try and forge one. Forging one will take 10 successes on a correspondence plus forces. It's correspondence of 3, forces of 2.
I'm not going to be able to do that.
I can do the correspondence, but not.
Oh,
I
you
only
don't.
have one
You don't have.
force.
I thought forces was amplified here.
Forces
Oh,
is
yeah.
amplified to +1, so you would have
Then-
forces of 2.
Yeah, I can do that here. What do you want to do, Tycho? Should I try to forge one? 'Cause, oh,
Yeah, I mean, 10 successes is kind of rough. Will I be able to help at all, possibly with a technology or computer roll?
You would be able to assist with an Arte roll. You have forces of 1 or forces of 0. I believe
Forces 1.
So you'd have forces 2 here. And you have a correspondence of 1.
Yeah.
So you have a
Well,
correspondence of
2
2
here.
here. So I would definitely allow you to assist on the Arte roll. If you guys want, you guys can come up with some kind of reason why you'd have to. The base difficulty for this will be 6. So you guys can lower the difficulty using abilities and attributes like technology and intelligence and stuff like that for your rolls. But you're gonna have to come up with, what your reason is for being able to do that, what devices that you're using and such in order to create the card that you're creating. And that takes time as well. But if you just want to try and, access the forgery system, quote unquote.
So can I use my streetwise an intelligence roll? Because I'm used to forging identification.
What are you physically doing though in order to enhance the magic? Because really I mean, I guess you're pulling off of your past experiences and stuff. I'll allow it.
Okay.
And Tycho, is there
So
any physical thing that you're doing?
Yeah. Yeah, in the digital web, is this like a physical object in the digital web?
I mean, it would become a quote unquote physical. It would become a digital object in the digital web. Yes.
Okay. Well, I've done simple frameworks before, so I'll do that. So basic correspondence and forces to create the framework that she's gonna, I make the paper, she does the printing.
Okay. All right. So Phaedra, we'll have you do your first one here.
Okay.
For lowering the difficulty first, it'll be wits plus streetwise difficulty of 6. All right, so you got 1 success in order to accomplish it, but you don't get to lower any of your difficulties. And then both of you can just roll a ret then difficulty of 6.
Oh, can I do like an intelligence computer roll to lower my difficulty?
What are you physically doing?
Well, I have to build the framework out of shit. So I assume I have terminals.
Okay, so you
like
find like
designing
a terminal that's kind of like off on the corridor itself, and
Digital asset library. Just scrolling through to find the right file to put into the 3D printer. So intelligence computer.
Sure. Difficulty of 6. So 2
That's
successes,
2.
so you'll have difficulty 5, Phaedra of difficulty 6. All right, so you guys have so you can go ahead and do another Arte roll, difficulty of 5 and difficulty of 6.
At least I'm consistent.
Oh shit, that's really good.
All right, so yep, you guys are able to finish up the forgery without a problem, and you guys are able to get a full unrestricted access to the sector that you're trying to get into. So you guys scan the data card from the entrance scanner, and the door opens up, and the hallway just becomes a straight shot, and it seems to go out into a to another door.
Phaedra, you're sure this is how we get towards him?
You want me to double check? I'm fairly confident.
Okay. Never mind. Let's go. So we just move forward.
Okay.
I mean, we are in a corrupt space. I want to constantly keep scanning to make sure we don't trip up or trigger anything.
All right. So yep, you continue on. Doesn't seem to be any kind of damage in this area. When you guys enter out, you exit out of a like wooden cabin, and what you see before you is a lush forest and the city in the horizon. And the city is all fucked up. It's got all the different pixelated and red and black kind of outline and storm clouds and shit like that, and lightning doing weird ass stuff. But you can also see that there is like a sector off over to your left that if you continue down into the woods, you should come out to this cul-de-sac area that Robert was in.
Okay. What was the last thing we knew about him?
He was able to pop himself out of the middle of the cul-de-sac circle area, and was popped into one of the houses, and then he tried to disconnect from there, and that's when he got stuck. So he's inside one of the houses inside of the cul-de-sac.
Okay. Well, I'll start making my way towards the house. Making my way.
All right. So as you guys start heading and making your way towards the house, give me a perception plus alertness check. Difficulty of 6. All right, so Tycho, you are able to hear quite well. There seems to be 3 or 4 things that are moving towards you through the woods. They're groaning extremely, well, not extremely loud, but there's like a soft, rumble of a groan that seems to be coming from these things, like. And Phaedra, you can hear
slow?
They sound slow. Yes, like they're shuffling through the woods. Phaedra, you can hear the groans.
Can I see any of them?
You can see one. Seems to be probably about maybe 15 to 16 yards in front of you right now. There's basically through all of the there's a bunch of foliage and foliage and shrubbery and shit like that in between. What you see is a corpse walking towards you.
Is that right?
I should have specified that my avatar had a laser gun. Anyway, let's. Is it moving slow enough that I feel like we could just outrun it?
It does seem like they're moving slow enough that you might be able to outrun them. Yeah.
Okay. You said it's in front of us, so we have to go past this thing?
It is not. It is kind of off to the right, a little bit off of the trail. They seem to be coming onto the trails, so it's very possible that you might be running and get past these, but there might be more going to the trail up ahead, basically.
Okay.
But you don't. It's not quite into the trail yet.
Phaedra, you just want to try and outrun these things?
Yeah.
All right, we try to outrun them.
All right, go ahead and give me a dexterity plus athletics check. For this, it would be a wits for you guys. Wits plus athletics, or wits plus. No, I'm gonna have to go with wits plus athletics altogether. So Phaedra,
Okay.
you're able to get going, but you see that Tycho seems to have stumbled. He hasn't fallen or anything like that, but he's definitely quite a bit behind you at this point. Do you slow down for him, or do you just take off?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna backtrack and just scream at him, "Get tiny! I'll grab you!"
Yeah, if it's possible, I will jump in the air and do an Ant-Man under her shoulder.
Morphing is easy, they say. It is manipulation plus computer roll. No magic is necessary.
Manipulation computer?
Yep.
A very small roll.
I believe.
Okay, one success.
Um,
I'm only backpack sized.
I'm gonna have to modify.
yeah,
my,
I'm gonna say you're backpack side at that.
Yeah, I'm gonna modify my icon layer. Need wings.
Grab onto the backpack.
And continue to book it. Do I have to do another roll?
Yes. So give me another athletics plus dexterity or athletics plus wits roll. As some of the zombies start coming out of the woodwork and make their way onto the trail and start heading off. And there is a couple that are in front of you as well. And you trip and not fall on your face, but you trip and stumble, and you're not making much more headway either. You've got this thing on your back. I am going to say that it is +1 difficulty, which doesn't affect this roll at all. So difficulty
You
will be
guys
7.
teenage girls in a horror movie? Like,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Here,
just
let me
like,
let me roll
Nope.
manipulation computer to give myself big floppy tits that pop out.
All right,
4
so-
successes.
So you're running again. Difficulty 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, solid. All right, so 4 successes. You outrun these zombies and make your way into the cul-de-sac. You see the house that Robert was in is just this small 1-story, has 1 car garage, little, I don't know what the style is called, but, shitty ass house. That's in a cul-de-sac.
Phaedra, this neighborhood. Look at all these 1-car garages. It's horrible.
All right. Which house are we supposed to be going to?
You've identified that one. It's the red one.
Cool. Booking it.
All right, so you guys make your way to the house. You're gonna go in through the front door. Last day you knew he was inside of the kitchen.
Yeah. What goes?
I don't know. Wait. How many doors does it have?
There's the garage.
1-car garage open.
The one car garage is open. There is a door that goes in from that way. There's the front door and there's the back door. There are also
Is it a
windows
split
lighting.
level?
What's that?
Is it a split level?
Single level. Just
Ranch
one
or two-story?
ranch.
Let's go in through the garage door so we can close it.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
All right, so
We
you
run
guys
into the garage.
go into the garage and shut the garage door.
Yes.
As you press the button for the garage door to go down, it starts making that, it sounds really loud in this extremely quiet, not even, you're not even hearing birds or anything. And then you hear like something out of, or actually make me a perception plus alertness, difficulty of 7.
Zombie garage door opener. I got 1.
So did I.
So just in time, you guys are kind of, because of the loud garage, but I'm guessing you're also a little bit of on alert as well. You can hear the groaning of a zombie inside waking up and seems to be like crawling out of a pile of trash that's just been laying over in the corner. Abandoned by the residents long ago, and now, or possibly, since he was about to go out and take out the trash, and that's where he is right now. He's coming for you.
Around the garage. Are there any typical household implements that would normally exist in a suburban household, like shovels? Mostly shovels.
Well, I mean, anything. A pipe, a bat.
A shovel, a
Large-
rake, a fireman's axe.
Oh, the axe.
There's definitely pipes and wrenches, crowbar. Yeah, you'd have the.
saw.
There is a saw. Yes.
Well, I grab a shovel and I whack him. It's right in the face.
All right. Give me a wits plus melee, difficulty of 6.
Got a dot in melee.
Shoot.
Oh, look at that. 4
Oh, shit. 4 successes.
4 successes. All right. Give me a strength plus 4. Sorry, strength would be intelligence plus 4. Difficulty 6.
Oh, wait. Okay, so it's a intelligence roll, difficulty 6 with a DP mod of 4.
You got 1.
What? I got 1.
I got 2 successes on my 2 dice. Damn, man. They robbed you. This one's robbed you.
Phaedra, I'll take care of this zombie. Go find Robert.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the fire axe and then head out to go find Robert.
All right.
I'll grab the crowbar too, just in case.
You're like, I just imagine your character to like run up, grab onto the fireman's axe, look at that, and go, "Yeah, this'll do. This'll." No, and grab onto the crowbar. And be like, there we go. Now I'm ready. All right, so you head off into the kitchen, which is what the garage door entrance leads you into. You see Robert standing there, kind of looking up and frozen in place. On the other side of the room, you do see with the crash of the final garage door coming down and finishing its horrible noise-making opportunity for you guys. You you hear a groan coming from the living room as a female zombie stands up in her wedding or in her wedding dress, in her Sunday dress.
Nope. Can't wedding dress.
It's a wedding dress, yes. Well, they were getting married in their house, and it was supposed to be. So now you know that, Tycho, you're fighting a guy in a tux, so or a wedding suit.
I mean, they. You know what? Sure.
Okay. I'm going to take a perfect baseball stance and start swinging for the bases. Square on her forehead.
All right, give me a wits plus sorry,
Melee?
wits plus melee. Yep.
I feel like there's a lot of opportunities for one-liners here. If a woman's in a wedding dress, it's like, do you
I'm not
take this
Bill.
bat?
Do you take this back to be your lawfully killed murderer? Anyways, Phaedra does strength plus 2 then, or sorry, intelligence plus 2. All right, 2 successes. So you bash this thing's jaw right off, and you see that the head is like the neck is kind of broken a little bit, and its head is almost fallen off. Tycho, you can go ahead and strike again if you wish. It is not within. It will attack you next turn.
Before I strike it, is there anything that I could pull down on top of it, like shelving or something that I could just pin it for a while?
Absolutely, yeah. There's like a up above you. There is a loft area that has a bunch of like camping equipment and other pipes and equipment and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's just like it's perfectly set up where I can just kind of jam the shovel and pull a bunch of stuff down.
Yeah, it's kind of like a video game.
All right, I do that.
All right, give me a for this I need a intelligence because it's your strength plus. Oh, we'll go with athletics as well. Very well, athletics.
Oh, jeez, 1 success.
That's all that you need. So the books or the camping equipment, all of the big ass tent and all of the chairs, and it was all like kind of like in a hammock kind of like thing, all strung up and stuff up on the loft area, and you like pull down one of the strings for it, and it just all comes crashing down. All right, you make your way into the kitchen area.
Yeah, if he seems like he's pinned for a while, yes.
Yeah, he's done for. All right, Phaedra, your turn.
I'm gonna finish the job.
All right, melee plus wits.
Three successes.
All right, strength plus 3. Or sorry, intelligence plus 3.
Three successes.
All right.
God damn it!
Jesus Christ.
I'm not going to give it the extra successes. I'm just going to say you killed it. I don't care.
Thank you.
Its stamina be damned. It doesn't get a check. No. Anyway, so yeah, you go for a nice like baseball hit and its head goes flying off. All right, so you guys seem to be kind of safe here, and Tycho and Phaedra are in the room with Robert. So you guys are going to have to get him unstuck. In order to do that, I'm just going to have you guys do an Arte roll, both of you, difficulty of 3.
3. Probably don't even need me.
Yeah, Phaedra can get him unstuck.
Slap him.
You know what? I'm gonna just not roll then, because that's definitely one of those times.
That is sometimes smart to do if you don't need to roll.
I go to help, and he's already there. I'm like, oh shit.
So yeah, you guys are able to get him unstuck, and you're able to pull him back fully, so he doesn't disconnect either.
You brought me back to this place. I mean, thank you.
Yeah, apparently you couldn't get back to the ship, so we had to bring you back this direction. Let's get back out of this corrupted sector.
Yeah, cool. Is that a dead zombie?
That's redundant. Yes. She was.
It's a corpse.
That looks very like. Did you kill a zombie?
I mean, you're paralyzed.
How long
You were
was I out?
blind.
Yeah, how long? Well, no, wasn't I blind?
Yeah, you were basically like you had no idea.
I was like split.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah. There were zombies in this house. You're very lucky.
Well, thanks again, I guess. So how are we getting out of here?
Y'all want to fly? Because I don't feel like fighting all
You
of
just
that.
offer that? Wow.
Actually, here we should just be able to do it with that computer roll.
Oh yeah.
Manipulation computer.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
Except
try.
I'm gonna try and grow a jetpack out of my back.
All right. So manipulation plus computer.
If it doesn't work, one of you can carry me.
Oh, good.
It wasn't a fail.
It wasn't. I can probably try again.
Wasn't a botch. Difficulty will be +1 then, so difficulty 6 or 7.
That's gonna go up too high for me. I only got 2 dice on the.
You only have a manipulation of 1.
Yeah. You never use that stat.
Never manipulating people. You're.
All right, I'm gonna spend a willpower on this one.
Oh,
I
can
got
I
one
get
success.
willpower back for surviving?
Yes, absolutely.
Sweet.
Goddamn survivors. Did something dangerous happen? Yeah, well, I survived it. Yeah? Can I get this willpower back? Yeah?
Alright. I'm gonna grow angel dove wings, but to make it go with my character, I want 3 sets. Manipulation.
Okay, so can I have a jetpack with just the 1 success? From my
With 1
willpower?
success, absolutely not. Not a full jetpack.
What is wrong today?
Jesus Christ! All right, I'm just gonna sit here and try to grow it back. Here we go.
I'm gonna make a.
Okay,
I'm gonna make a roll to try and grow angelic wings out of my misty form.
All right. So in order to get flight abilities, you guys are going to need a total of 5 successes.
Oh man,
Successes. I don't think I can do that.
I'm never gonna make this.
I'm gonna try. Fuck
I'm
it.
trying.
Phaedra's at 2 right now.
Tell me if you botch.
4. God damn it.
2 successes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got it.
5 successes.
All right. So what
All right,
about?
between the two of us, you think we can carry him? Cause
Make them smaller and put them in my pocket.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll for that.
yep.
To make yourself
This is only-
small enough to fit into a pocket, you're going to need 2 successes.
All right. Oh, Jesus, and Christ. All right.
Oh, no.
So what is it? Okay, difficulty 7 now.
Yep.
There you go.
I'm Tiny Tycho. Carry me in your pocket, Phaedra. Here I go. Whee!
What is going on in there? Oh, I see it now. Never mind.
All right.
Do it up there.
Just the ridiculousness of a skeleton astronaut, a shadow, and like a biblical angel.
A tiny skeletal astronaut.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you guys, but see, I still imagine you two holding on to, like, he's not in your pocket, like, he's in between you two, and you two are holding him still.
So weird. Okay. Alright, let's get to the roof and get out of here.
So, yeah, I was planning on doing a bunch of Tron stuff, but this was an interesting diversion that I completely made up on the spot. That was interesting. All right, so yeah, you guys get out of here. You guys end up back on the hacker / Tron interstellar highway of the digital web.
Wait, so we're just back in the corridors?
Yep.
Okay.
You guys fly into the horizon, and then as you guys get out of the building, the entire sector falls apart, just in the nick of time.
Wow, that was a close one, guys. I mean,
I still am not entirely sure how I got there, but thank you.
Yep.
I'm gonna stop messing up on my technological stuff sometime soon. I
I
promise.
would say don't jinx that, because apparently every time you do, the next time it's worse.
we are
Yeah.
okay.
Alright, get out of my pocket.
All right, get out of the pocket. So,
All right, so I think at this point we'll take our final break here and take a little 10-minute, and then we will continue with you guys actually getting to do some hacking. And I also think that this will be a good time because things have kind of calmed down for you guys that are going to have to kind of go do your thing, and Malakai was thinking about making some bombs, so we'll get into the nanite repair bombs that Malakai is also designing for the spaceship. So we'll do all of that and more in after our 10-minute break here. All right, and All right, and we are back with Mage the Ascension Technogate 1999. We are just getting out of the corrupted sector that Robert had accidentally teleported himself into, and so Tycho, Phaedra, and Robert have safely made themselves out of the corrupted sector and have started to make their way to the the sector that they're currently residing in physically. So speaking of which, we have Malakai back on the ship here, and I believe Malakai that you were looking to build some bombs of
Yeah,
a special nature.
once I see that they've gotten together and are now moving forward, I let the captain know that we're good to jump to start our progress forward. And then yes, I'm going to create some nanite refills first for my launcher, but then after that, I see a bomb. Well, we'll see how it goes.
All right, so let's have you start off here and kind of explain how you're making your nanite bombs here, what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's going to be Matter 2, Forces 2, and Prime 3, I'm guessing. And it's basically going to heal the ship. The ship takes damage, kind of like exposed into a foam, and then the foam kind of cooks down a little ways, and the forces keeps it from getting spread out, pulled apart, and then the matter kind of just sets into healing whatever is structural damage.
What are the items that you're putting into this bomb? Like, so you mentioned like nanites, so it'd be like nanites and foam basically that you're kind of making the bomb kind of out of.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and then programming the nanites to link up and cover gaps or.
All right, so let's have you start off here with a lower. So the base difficulty will be 6 for the Arate roll. You can lower it with the technology plus intelligence roll, difficulty of 8.
That is something that I do a lot of. Intelligence-based things. Oh. So that's going to be 3 then for the Arate. That was the intelligence.
Yep. Yeah, the lowest you can get is 3, so. All right, you can continue to build more successes if you want, but you can get a bomb that'll heal up to 2. It'll basically you'll get a dice difficulty of 6 for every success that you get. That bomb will have a chance of healing the structural integrity.
Okay. Can I put what is the difficulty for the second Arate roll?
I'll just keep it at 3 for a while. I might have you redo it if at some point.
There we go.
Shit.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total for a total of 8. And I'm going to say that is ready to go. Okay.
All right, so you have one of those bombs. Do you want to create any more? You'll have to redo the roll to create another one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be. I don't know how long it takes to make one of these in terms of jumps, because I want to be at least at a terminal every time we jump into a new system, so I can be part of the system.
We can say you can make one a jump.
Okay. All right. And so that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing until we run into hostile or I'm checking all the commander ships, all the player ships I'm looking for Red Shadow specifically. I don't want to be surprised by him. I want to be on the front of that if I can.
Okay. Give me a perception plus alertness roll, difficulty of 7.
Alertness at a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3.
Okay. With 3 successes, you do get a um, signal on Red Shadow, and he has been tailing you 2 jumps behind. But he does seem to have a lock on where you guys are going at this point. So far, you've been able to get, we'll say, your 3 jumps into the journey right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, good. I'm gonna keep that as part of the standard when we jump into a system. Check the system for hostiles first because they're closest, and then see if he's still there.
Okay.
I have full expectations that he'll catch up at some point. So
one of the jumps that you end up going through when you guys have gone, we'll say you're 5 jumps in at this point. Everything kind of goes good. You can create 2 more bombs if you want.
All right. The first one is the reduction. So that takes it down to a 4.
5, because it's still 1 success to do the.
Okay. Yes, 5. Difficulty 5.
Cool.
Yowza. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go ahead and just call that. That's a 6 successor, and then the second one. Do this one again at one of these. I'm gonna fail on the. There it is. Well, it's not it's a failure, but not a botch. And so at a 6. Jesus. I don't know if I should do another one. No, we're gonna go ahead and just we're banking them up. And then the third one is 5 successes.
Yep. So you got 1 at 8, 1 at 6, and 1 at 5.
Yep.
Oh, right.
And, okay. I'm making there's a nice little like my desk or my workbench counter is starting to. There's a row forming of these little tanks.
All right, and so as you make your way back up to the bridge for the monitors to the next jump, when you guys come out of your cloak when you come out of your jump, you see before you looks to be about 3 NPC destroyers along with 4 frigates, NPC frigates that are kind of set up as like kind of a little bit of a gate camp in order to try and catch you as you guys are coming out of the system that you're as you guys just exit Stargate.
Okay. I'm going to tell the captain to get ready to jump as soon as possible.
So currently you guys are in a cloak. I do apologize. So you have a 60-second cloak timer so that you can kind of set yourself and react on what you kind of want to do. So do you want to try and run? You can either try and get back to gate. You can try and warp, and burn away, and then try and warp off. Or do you want to fight?
Let's try to get in front of them. Let's see if we can't rabbit as far as we can, and to then jump.
Do you want to get any scans off and see what you're kind of going up against comparatively to what you have?
Yeah, passive only.
Okay. So go ahead and make a perception plus alertness.
And a 6.
Difficulty 6.
Very nice. 2, 4, 6, 5 total.
So your kind of analysis analysis that you kind of have is due to the way that your weapon kind of jumps from target to target and does a lot of chain lightning kind of aspects, the being outnumbered is not as big of a problem with damage output at this point. It's about how much damage you can intake. And it looks like you should be able to hold out that the armor repper, along with maybe a use of a bomb of yours. You might have to use maybe the lower level bomb at one point. You might be able to fight your way out. You also are faster, so you could outrun them and get out of scramble. But they're going to stop you from being able to warp for a little while and try and pound on you.
Yeah. So I want to prepare to run and get distance on them as much as I can in the first 60. I also would like to try to see if this is a random encounter or if this is the scripted encounter involving this particular mission. I feel like it's early for that, but it might not be. I don't know.
So you kind of look through the database, and it does say that it is likely that you'll come upon gate campers and stuff like that, and you also might have the option of communicating with them. They normally will hail you after they first get their points on you, and normally won't attack you immediately.
Yeah, yep.
Well, I mean, besides stopping you from warping.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get away. I'm gonna try to not basically skip it. Basically.
Okay.
If they do, like once they start shooting at us or whatever, I'll hail them. But I have moseyed my way up to the bridge, and I'm standing up next to the captain.
All right. So as you decloak, you kind of align out to the target Stargate that you're going to be warping to, and start burning, full afterburners on, burning as fast as you can towards that direction. And you see that the fighter or the frigates and the destroyers kind of start moving towards you and start locking you up. You get a signal that basically says that your warp engines have been shut down at this point, and you're going to need to get at least 24 kilometers away from the enemy before you're going to be able to spool those back up. From the enemy that's disrupting you, which is one of the destroyers. But you also have two of the frigates have come up on you and thrown out grappling hooks and have grabbed onto the ship itself and latched itself onto your ships, penetrating through the shields with some kind of mechanism that allows them to penetrate shields using this, and is able just to latch right onto and magnetically seal onto the hull.
All right, well, we're getting into combat maneuvers then. All hands. Battle stations, I guess. And brace for this. And do it. So we're like booking it, right? Like we're flying, at whatever speed we can.
Yep, you're flying at probably around maybe at about 2 kilometers a second.
Okay, all right. Do I have? Does the ship have thrusters facing forward?
You can flip the engine so that the thrust that you're getting. You don't really have forward engines per se, though.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure on. Yeah, that's. So what I would like to do is to stop and go in reverse as hard as possible.
Okay.
I'm thinking that we're more agile than these frigates. And I'm thinking they're like two balls, bolas. They're just gonna swing in front and smash into each other.
And that's exactly what happens. So your ship just kind of like slips back, and the two ships just smash right into each other, and freeze you up. One of the destroyers gets within range and is starting to pound on your shields with its artillery cannons.
All right. So while the frigates are in front of us, just like hold the trigger down. Yeah, open fire on these two. And then we're starting to get hit by artillery, by ships that are tailing us. Am I
Yep.
following correctly? Yeah. Okay.
You got about two or three, we'll say three destroyers that are behind you that are lobbing artillery rounds at you. They're approximately 10 kilometers away right now. But as you're burning now, you're starting to get some distance off of them.
Okay. Are the guns pointed forward?
The guns are 360.
Yeah,
It's like a
360.
little ball that kind of pops up from the top of your hull and kind of can shoot in a 360 directional kind of shot, and it's a lightning bolt that it kind of shoots out.
All right. So while booking it, I want to just to send a hail on whatever open comm is in system. Just like, hey guys, just passing through. Don't want any trouble. If you need a bit of money for ship repairs, let me know. Sorry about that.
All right.
I suppose I should put dice behind this because I'm not particularly good.
Expression plus manipulation.
Can I do etiquette?
Etiquette? Yeah, sure. I'd allow that.
We're gonna do
manipulation plus or charisma plus etiquette.
I would prefer charisma. I'm trying to be kind of funny. I'm trying to. What is the difficulty?
Difficulty is 6.
With 3.
So yeah, you throw out that kind of comment out into the open comms, kind of letting them know what's going on, and you get like a audio communication that the guy just kind of chuckles and goes, "Well, you got our grapplers anyways, and you outgun us at this point. Make way to your destination and have a safe flight."
I'm going to tell the captain to just shoot all the electricity off in random directions, and then I'll get back on. I'm just like, thank you, you guys are good people. Full ahead, and then I cut comms and.
All right, and the warp disruption effect on you ends, and you guys are able to jump back into warp, and you got another 20 minutes ahead of you.
All right.
All right,
so yeah, at this point, I'm actually going to head back to the VR room, and immediately check all the vitals, make sure there's nothing flashing red, and then kind of watch the monitors and figure out what they're up to exactly.
All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and jump back into it where we'll pick up with Tycho, Phaedra, and Robert. You guys have made your way back to the game sector that you guys have been trying to get to, and you guys are at one of the first corridors going into that. There is I actually should really backtrack a little bit here real quick. You can go to that sector and try and directly hack into it, or you can try and find corridors through a bunch of different other sectors. It'll take you longer, but might be safer, but it's going to be a hard hack to just go up and just start hacking right into this sector. But it's possible, I guess. Kind
of. What do you mean by safer? Like longer but safer? What are the dangers that we're avoiding?
The dangers that you're avoiding is a hard derez, and possibly icon death. You might still encounter that by going through the backdoor sectors and stuff like that. Um, but it's much more likely that you're going to get icon. There's possibilities of icon death. Now, luckily, you guys are not physically there, so icon death is not going to be as horrible for you, but it's going to possibly hurt. But I would put it this way: the hacks could take, you know, basically, if you guys go directly there and just try and hack in through the front door, you might be able to do it within, you know, an hour or so, in game. And if you go the other way, it might take you nearly the entire journey, in order to get to the.
What's the point of us going in? It's to manipulate the game, right?
Well, there's, if you could hack the way that you guys are trying to get in, the access level that you guys are trying to get to is so that instead of playing the game to get to that solar system, is just to hack your way into that solar system.
Oh, I thought we were getting into the back end of the simulation, and like, so like when we encounter some frigates, we might be able to just like beep boop them out of existence or something.
That would be a lower level, definitely, and that would be a much easier thing to hack into directly.
Yeah, that's what we want to do.
Yeah, I want to do that so that we can at some point, what is it, derez back to the ship. Like I want to try and follow the parameters of the program as close as possible.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You can just unplug once you've done all the hacking that you kind of want to do. Unless you're in like a corrupted sector or something might go wrong. But in any case, yeah. So you guys are just going to go for a lower level instead of trying to get into the basically root access is what you'd really need, in order to get all the way to the solar system that you're trying to get to, and just directly hack in without even trying to play the game. But if you just want to help the game itself, or like your ship inside the game itself be better inside of the game, and possibly know what the scripts are and stuff like that to a certain degree, especially with what the NPCs are doing, definitely would be like more of an admin or GM level.
Yeah, I want to do Kirk versus Kobayashi Maru.
Yes. Okay. So in that case, then you can go in through the front door. So, you guys get to the. I'm guessing at this point you guys have been kind of. You guys didn't pop to where you're going here. You guys walked to this sector, or would you guys have popped directly here?
Wait, is that a question, or are you just saying it happened?
I'm asking whether you guys would want to try and pop to this sector or this area or to the front door, or do you guys want to walk? Which is a time factor of, it would take you probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours to walk here. Or you can pop or try other different kind of routes. I guess I was assuming that you walked, but I guess that's not necessarily a good assumption.
Well, the timing matters. How long do you think it's going to take Malakai to get us to the destination that we need to go?
So we're talking about 200, maybe about 300 minutes, give or take. So about 3 hours, or what? 5 hours.
That's how long the entire rest of the mission is going to take?
Yeah. From an in-game point of view, it should only take him about 30 minutes per solar system. about 10 solar systems,
man,
give or take.
I thought this was supposed to last for days or something. Yeah, let's pop.
Yeah.
Also, what does this area look like? It's just long corridors with doors?
No, think of more of like a cityscape with giant servers instead of skyscrapers kind of sticking out of the ground and of all different sorts and sizes. And then there's
And
like
what
this
size are we in comparison to these?
tiny. Like the skies. Imagine it's a cityscape. They're the size of skyscrapers, of all different sorts and sizes.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of different kind of like NPCs that are kind of going out and about, and there's kind of like NPC cars that are going on the highways that you can kind of, you know, pick up a lift and stuff like that. There is activity going on. There are other players that are kind of walking about as well, but it's not a lot of players that seem to be in the area that you are, at least at this point in time. If you were over by Spies Demise, it'd probably be a lot more.
Well, in this area, they wouldn't be players. These are just denizens of the digital web, correct?
Right, well, programs and stuff like that. But there is a bunch of players as well, like, and I'm sorry, not players, but spinners or virtual adepts and Sons of Ether, technocrats that, you know, go through the corridors as well.
Okay. So, pop, or I think we're popping.
All right, so
Okay.
that would be Phaedra would need to make a correspondence difficulty of 7.
I have 3 correspondence. Oh.
Oh no,
no.
Phaedra.
Oh no. Oh
Phaedra,
no.
how much do you have in
Paradox 3.
Okay, now you have 7,
Holy shit.
and I'm gonna do Paradox Backlash. Oh
Does she
no,
still have wings?
and this is a whiteout. I forget. Oh, so this is a little bit different. I guess maybe I should have explained a little bit about Paradox, but we'll get into it right now.
Hey, this is how real mages learn.
That is true. You wouldn't really know. Maybe you've heard about it.
What do you mean the universe don't like it when I do that? The
Okay.
universe loves it when I do that.
So let's see here. Whiteout paradox. When the shit gets too thick, the web shuts down. Although spinners have made a lot of progress in securing their sectors and icons from the worst of the effects from the system backlash, paradox remains a huge pain in the ass. Let's see here. So, in game terms, Whiteout works like any other Paradox Backlash. A mage accumulates Paradox in the usual ways. If they accumulate more than 5 points in Paradox in their Paradox pool, especially if he gains all of them at once, the storyteller can roll for Backlash as usual. The results can be found in the Whiteout severity chart. Okay, Whiteout severity chart. Aha. Okay, so looks like that would be just a difficulty as an optional. The storytellers may roll Paradox Backlash in a difficulty of 4 rather than the usual 6 if the spell in question used forces or prime. So you did not use forces or prime. It would be difficulty 6 still. All right, so let's go ahead and just roll this and see what happens. So you have 7 paradox. So we'll do 5, 6, 7. Engage. Oh, I only got 1 success.
And that's good.
So you suffer a soft D-res. So basically, she tries like opening up a portal and gets like sucked right into the portal and gets derezzed. So you end up back at the original spawn point that you had. So you're in a corridor, down the way basically. Like what was it, 15 minutes away, I believe, from where you guys are at the corrupted area. So, and I think
Oh,
that's
so
it.
she's outside the doorway that we came out of from the corrupted sector.
No, she's when she fell out of the sky, basically. She falls out of the sky, basically, and ends up at the same point that she began this whole adventure into the digital web.
So where is that in relation to where they are right now?
Like 15 minutes down the road, basically. They're down the corridor.
Can we communicate?
Yes.
Phaedra, what the heck just happened there?
Oh, and you lose 1 point of paradox.
So I'm down to 6.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm at 5.
My head hurts.
Phaedra, what happened?
Whatever happened to Robert happened to me a little bit. I'll be back there in a second.
Okay, maybe we take this one on foot.
Yeah, I'm kind of done playing around in here.
Yeah. Can we fly it? Wouldn't that be faster than walking?
Yeah, there is public transportation and or flying and or finding one of those teleportation booths, basically.
Well,
Teleportation booth?
we gotta wait for Phaedra. Can we look around for public transportation or a teleportation booth that's nearby and easily accessible?
Yeah, there's hot links, as well as just like, flagging down a taxi kind of thing.
Oh my god.
Okay, first of all, am I still tiny and can they still fly?
Yeah, in the corridors I'll allow for flying.
I think you are still tiny too.
And yeah, you can
Okay.
be still tiny if you haven't changed yourself. You haven't even said you changed yourself or done a roll for it, so.
Yeah. Well, I go over to Robert and I do that thing where kids like they throw their arms up in the air, wait to get picked up. Let's go.
Just stare at you for a couple seconds and then grab you.
There you go.
I'm gonna just search like kind of a block or two in each direction for anything easier than a taxi, but just to kind of pass the time while we're waiting for Phaedra to get back here.
Make perception plus alertness, difficulty of 6. We'll say that you
3,
find a
4.
Ooh, 4. You will find a hot link. Nice.
I found a hot link.
And that will get you just outside of the destination that you're looking for. You'll be a 10-minute walk instead of the hour and a half, 2-hour walk that you were gonna have.
Tycho, you might want to get back to person size because I think we're gonna be there soon.
Okay.
I'll let you just
As
go
I
back
try to. Okay. I will say yes to that. Also, here in the digital web, the size of your body has nothing to do with the pitch of your voice. I was just doing that for fun.
God damn it. I regret picking you up.
Probably should.
All right, so you just wait for Phaedra. She arrives, within 10 minutes or so.
I want to leave this place.
Yeah. Can we get this done with? I think this thing will take us like right there.
All right, so you guys.
I'll volunteer as tribute. And does it take us all at once, or do I have to go first?
I mean, you could choose to go first if you want.
Yeah. I mean, here, I'll see how it works, and I try using the hot link to get to where we're going.
All right, cool. Yeah, you just you appear at a hot link about 10-minute walk away from the door that you're looking for.
I get on the comm and I just kind of say, "Oh my god, you guys just use the thing. Why didn't we do this from the start?"
I just click it.
You pop over, no problems.
Yep, I follow.
All right, Phaedra, you get stuck. And
Wouldn't be surprised.
nope, you pop over, not a problem. You guys make your way over to the secure door. So there's similar to kind of the corrupted sector that you guys hacked into. You can either go through the doorway as an unrestricted or unauthorized user, or you can try and forge your way through.
Fortune worked last time.
In order to get the access level that you guys are looking for, well, I guess I'll give you the tiers on this. If you want to spend 10 successes, we'll get you a base user, end user kind of user level that'll allow you to basically have the ability to get into the game as kind of the way that you guys already are, which would be kind of useless to you. If you want to get up to a like elevated rights, basically power user basically level, you're going to need 10 successes, which that will give you some enhancements, like maybe some better weaponry to a small degree, like more damage for your for the weapons that you do. Very small, like 5% increases on some of your stuff. And if you're looking for an admin level where you can start really doing what Captain Kirk kind of did, then you're going to need 20 successes.
Let's go for the 20.
Easy version.
I mean, we've used up all the bad stuff, right?
We had to have. And I've got all the willpower.
Perfect.
Yeah, I got some left. Okay, what was I using for augmenting this? I think it was intelligence computer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would like to contribute to that.
I will also do intelligence computer.
Now we were both doing a ret rolls before, and I was doing it was correspondence and forces. Is that still the same?
So this is going to be slightly different because the security levels is different. The card that you're going to have to make is of a much higher level forgery. So you are going to need Malakai's assistance in this. This is going to have to be a full, because you're going to need Prime 4. You're going to need at least a correspondence of 4. You're going to need at least a forces of... I think for this we would need at least 2. Entropy of at least 1.
It
Possibly
can finally help.
2. And then also you're going to need a the spirit dimensional science for you would need that I'm sorry, that would be a level 3.
Okay, well I've got dimensional science at 3.
After
Unless that's enhanced here, which I don't think it is.
No, it is not.
Okay, so we might need Mal to maybe
Pop in
what
for
is
a
it?
second.
He would insert He would
Yeah,
have to
after
insert
hearing all
virtually,
that,
right?
I literally don't recognize any of what you guys are doing, so I kind of just back up.
Well, no, you don't have to have everything. As
I
long
don't
as
have
you
any of those. All I have is entropy 2.
That's what we need.
Okay.
Yeah, we need somebody with entropy too, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like building a car. You know about the tires. I know about the engine. Phaedra knows about body work.
Decal.
All right. Well, I guess I'll
I'm
kind
trying
of
to come up
watch.
with stuff having to do with cars.
Yeah, I'll watch what you
Not
guys.
easy.
I'll watch what you guys do and see if I can help out.
You're the GPU. I'm the CPU,
Okay.
and I'm the PCI bus.
I'm the council port. I feel neglected.
All right, so the difficulty for this will be this is going to be a vulgar without witnesses. So it will be difficulty. No, I'll say it's coincidental without witness or coincidental. Let's say,
Are we building a key card or what's
you're-
the?
it's almost like you're building like a missile launcher to blow up the door. But yeah, no, in this case, then yeah, I didn't think though that it would be a key card instead of that. So we'll say that it's coincidental. So still level 4 prime. So base difficulty is 7.
Okay.
So we're gonna need Malakai here, either virtually or I don't think he can get here. What is it? Avatar insertion.
Astrally.
Astral insertion.
Yep. So his difficulties will be +2.
You gonna ret?
Yep.
Especially a ret. Oof. He's the power supply.
We may want to come up with a new plan of attack.
Or you could disconnect.
Do
Well,
it on the ship and then come back.
I'll say that he can do his part from the ship, so he does not need to. He doesn't need to go into the. He's already in the digital web, and the way that at a prime of 4, what he's going to be doing, he can kind of do using the councils and the stuff that he has before him in order to get you guys the information you need.
Yeah, because we're essentially creating an object, and Phaedra should be able to co-locate that object to the ship.
Yeah.
So that that he can work on it there. Yeah. In fact, it's almost inherently co-located. It exists everywhere.
Wow.
Now you're thinking with correspondence.
All right, so to lower your difficulties, you do a one-time roll that'll just be a permanent drop on your difficulties of probably technology and well, I'll let you guys kind of come up with that. So we'll start off with Tycho. What are you doing?
I mean, if you can give it to me, I'll take hypertech.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure that works here.
I'll give it to you. Yep.
So that's int hypertech.
Yep.
That's ability 2, extra ability 2. No,
Yep. It just means that you're probably using hypertech in order to build the framework for this.
Skills. Okay, so that's intelligence, extra skill 2. So that would be difficulty 6, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to spend a willpower on this.
Okay.
Shit. Oh, holy shit, that's good. 5 minus 2 plus 1. That is 4.
Wow.
A willpower well spent.
So, your difficulties then will be at -3, and that will be a 4 then for your difficulties. So before we start rolling a ret, though, let's just go to Phaedra and get what your difficulty will be.
Yep. I'm going to do intelligence computer. I'm also going to spend a willpower. So that's 2. So I drop down to
Drop down 1. One
Yeah.
is one to do the action. One.
So it's 6.
Okay. And then Robert.
I think I am also going to do intelligence. Actually, I'm going to do intelligence research if I can, since I'm contributing to the entropy side, and I'm going to kind of be watching the different parts that they're doing and trying to kind of plan out how to link them all together.
Okay. Yeah, trying to bring order to the chaos.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll. Yeah, I like that. Research plus. I'm gonna do research plus wits though.
That works. All right. Six?
Yep.
Why?
Well, you still got a success, so
One
you still
success.
get to do the magic roll, and then so difficulty will be 7. So it's Tycho at 4, Phaedra at 6, Robert at 7, and Malakai.
All right, I'm going to do intelligence and computer.
Okay.
I am going to spend a willpower. One, two, three, 4 total. That puts me at a 4.
Yep. All right, so yeah, we have difficulty of 4 for Tycho, 6 for Phaedra, Robert gets 7, and Malachi gets 4 for your difficulty. And you guys can all do your ret rolls at those difficulties and spend your quiescence and willpower as you wish.
Oh yeah, quiescence. I have that.
Yeah, I gotta hold on to mine for now.
I'm gonna blow 2
If I-
dice.
If I spend a quintessence, what's it do?
Lowers the difficulty by 1.
Yeah,
Per
I'm
die.
going to do that.
I will also be
3 successes for me.
I will be spending a quintessence.
Spent a willpower, and I still fucked it up.
It's okay, you didn't screw up anything completely, so it just is a failure, but it doesn't affect the overall here. So we've got 3, 4, 5. Holy shit. And did you spend a willpower, Malachi?
I did not. I spent quintessence.
Okay. And then Robert, did you spend any
Oh,
willpower?
I spent a
I mean, yeah.
quintessence. Yeah. Not a
Fucking
willpower.
a 1, a 2, and 2, 3.
That just means your next one is going to be a.
So you guys are at
Jinx
10.
me.
It is also going to be a completely random roll. Well, we only need to get to 20, right?
Yep. You're at power user level right now.
Well, let's try to get to 20. Does anybody's difficulty change?
Nope, everybody's difficulty stays the same.
Yeah.
You just have to, and you would have to spend quiescence again to
willpower.
lower and
Yeah, I'm
willpower
spending
lower.
another.
I am on fire. I
I
should
got
not
2.
have said that. I should not have said that.
You shouldn't have said it.
Oh my!
Oh.
You spent a willpower.
I spent a willpower. I haven't rolled yet. Here it comes.
There we go.
I think that might make. Oh shit! What did you do, Robert?
Spend a willpower.
Well,
Why, why did you stab me in the butt?
everybody gain 4 paradox,
No.
and
What?
and then we're gonna have one giant whiteout that's going to be happy.
3, 4.
God's feeding back to the ship.
I'm at 9.
I had to count twice. Just
I'm
to
at
be
8.
I am also at 7.
I knew if we'd get far enough into the campaign, eventually you guys would have enough paradox for it to matter. Holy shit.
After this mission, I'm taking a month's vacation of just sitting at home.
All right,
eating
so
ice cream.
First one that I'm gonna do is Tycho. How much do you have?
I have 9.
Oh, and forces was involved. Difficulty will be 4 on this.
What?
That's 4 successes plus 1 if you count tens.
Wait a minute. Sorry. You said 9.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
you rolled right.
Okay, so.
Hey, see, that's good. That burns it off.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm reading that as 7 successes. Is that?
If it's difficulty 4, then yes.
Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Unless you're
8.
doubling 10s.
Yeah, doubling 10s. Okay, 8. All right. So next up will be Phaedra.
I have
Should I
10.
note that somewhere?
I have it written down somewhere. Yes, in the thing. I haven't hit enter on it. So you said 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Ooh, I like them ones. Ones are nice.
okay, that negates 1, 2, 3, 4. So only 4 for Phaedra.
Wait, what was the difficulty for her?
4.
It would be
Everybody has forces technically involved.
1, 2, 3.
And then Robert, what do you have?
8.
Oh,
These are also terrible.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then Malakai, what do you have?
I'm sitting on 7. I am the reasonable one of the group.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So first thing that you guys get to do is knock. So Tycho knock off 8, Phaedra knock off 4, Robert knock off 9, and Malakai knock off 7. You actually wanted to do pretty high in this one because I am going to pool all of that together and give you one hell of a whiteout that's going to completely and utterly change everything that I thought we were going to be doing in this game. Because you guys just blew up the digital web a little bit in the game that you're inside of. And basically, you guys just opened up a big giant black hole in the middle of the game that kind of sucks you into and like opened up inside of the corridor as well and sucked in a bunch of shit around it, including you. And you guys are all basically sucked in to a big giant black hole in the digital web.
Sweet.
Great.
And that's where we're going to end
I'm
it
really
tonight.
good at this.
Why didn't I get rid of all my paradox? Because it's just going to happen again. All right.
The sector is trashed forever. Everyone in it is de-rezzed hard, and the offender disappears.
We might have just made a lot of friends.
Do we succeed at creating the item?
No!
The item is gone in the black hole.
Hey, I finished that with 5 successes.
I put 10 towards
Actually,
Yeah,
6. I spent a willpower on the last one. I got 6 successes on the last part. When we all wake up bloody and disoriented, there should be a card on the ground that says master level access.
I'll give you that. Oh, and you guys, I will give you this, is that you guys all do wake up in the ship, and there's just complete and utter blackness around the ship, though. You don't see anything, and that's where we're going to be starting our next game, is you guys are in the dark void of nothingness. But you are on your spaceship, so. And you do have the NPC still, so, there's that. If there is a game, if you guys didn't completely and utterly wipe out that sector forever.
God
man, we were so close.
Who did it? Who did it? It was
me.
Robert.
It was me. Of course, it was me.
This whole game had just been nothing but bot quest for me and Robert.
Yeah.
Malakai's
I've
getting
never
all the
rolled better.
fucking successes.
I didn't want to say
I did good on the
game.
first roll, kind of.
I did literally nothing all game. Okay.
Man.
I was
Crazy
like,
thing is, this makes me want to become a terrorist. Where in the real world, the only thing I attack is the online like databases of persistent online worlds. Right? Just like
Don't
just
make
imagine.
you have to make an advent
I
min
just-
card.
Yeah, just if I destroy all the like the entirety of Eve, like they have to reboot it now. Everybody would be so angry.
Well, now we know what.
I'm not going to do that. That wouldn't be cool.
Now that you said it on recording, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I don't know. If somebody did end up doing that, they could come and find me and then really quickly realize that I am not that ambitious.
also, I don't think it works like that anymore.
Yeah, well, and you're also not a mage that can just walk in and just botch a whole bunch of really powerful magic to shut it down. So
You're like talking about taking down all of the AWS server system. That's across countries. It would be not feasible anymore. Back in the day when everything ran on one specific box in a specific rack in a specific room, that was the time that you could, turn off servers.
And even then, if you could destroy all the backups, they've got a tape backup from like a month ago.
Have you not seen Mr. Robot?
We watched it together. I remember
It's
that. You got to destroy the tape backups too.
You just got to turn up the heat.
Yeah.
Up the heat.
all right. Well, thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching, and we will see what happens to our valiant crew next week.
We're not the good guys.
Whoever said we were good?
I'm trying to be.
He keeps calling us heroes.
I
and
have no
valiant and
idea
shit.
what I'm doing.
We are chaotic good, if anything, pushing hard on that chaotic.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Agents of
neutral.
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 Agents of chaos. Yeah, that's where we're ending up. That's okay though. That's awesome. Well, thank you all. Have a good one.
Bye.
Man, everybody.
Good night.